We got an exclusive interview with Thermalito School District's newest superintendent, Cody Walker, and I cannot wait for you to sit in and join us on our conversation. We talked about all things school and education and what brought him here, and even learned the correct way to pronounce one of the famous crops here in this region. You're going to want to stick around for that. Join us today on the Hearts of Gold podcast.
Just really a heart of gold.
I mean, she's tough, but she has a heart of gold.
I'm a problem solver and I have a heart of gold.
Thank you, Jaymes.
See, ladies, a heart of gold.
But I know you have a heart of gold and have done many good deeds.
You've been most helpful.
Yeah, that's me. Heart of gold.
You have a heart of gold.
18 karat.
Yay! Oh my gosh, hello and welcome to the Hearts of Gold podcast, where we have people from the community who are doing amazing things and who have a heart of gold, and we want to highlight those local voices. And so today we have in our studio, in our presence, Mr. Cody Walker, who is the newest superintendent of the Thermalito School District, and we are so honored and excited to have you. I'm just going to read a little bit of his bio for you, which is too short because there are so many more things that he has done in our community. So Cody is the superintendent of Thermalito Union Elementary School District, where he began serving just in July, after nearly 8 years as the assistant superintendent. And is a lifelong Butte County resident and former high school English teacher. I did not know that, that you used to teach English. He's deeply committed to public education and to his community. He and his wife of 16 years are raising 3 kids, ages 14, 13, and 11. And they're very close in ages, which is super fun. I was looking at those ages, I was like, oh, that's a really fun time. Just how close that they are together. That's got to be full of all sorts of things.
Life is definitely full right now. And first, thanks so much for having me on. Really appreciate the opportunity to sit down and talk.
Yes, thank you for saying yes. But also, a couple things that weren't in here, and I'm sure there's so many more. You were valedictorian.
I was, yeah.
Of your high school back in the day.
Many a year ago.
A couple years ago. It's fine. Right? And so that is a huge thing. And you've stayed local. You've ultimately ended up local here.
Yeah, I moved down to Southern California for about 10 years. So I went to college down there at Claremont McKenna College, and then worked for a few years, and then went back to school to Biola University, where I got my teaching credential and master's in education before moving back up here to the North State.
Okay. Biola. Where's Biola again?
It is in La Mirada, which is a little south of LA. It's kind of right on the Orange County, LA County line.
Is it near the beach?
No, I wish it were.
Darn it.
It's not that far, but it's not right on the beach.
I'm jealous of that.
No.
I was going to say, the people that go to, like, they're down in Southern California next to the beach, I'm like, yeah, I don't.
I mean, the beach was still within an hour, but it was not.
Forget it then. All right, I take it back.
Yeah.
No, I love that. And so I just think that's so, I mean, to be so successful in your high school and then to end up here in our community is just amazing. And you also have an eye for photography.
I do. Photography is one of my favorite hobbies. I got into it in Princeton was the previous district I worked in.
Oh, okay.
And our yearbook editor asked if I could get some pictures of the football game, and I'd done nothing with photography, but they handed me a camera, and I went out there, and I thought it was super fun, and so I've been honing my skills since then, and it's a hobby I really enjoy. I think it gives you the opportunity to capture moments and see things in a different way. So I've really enjoyed doing it, and like sports and landscape and nature and birds and all sorts of things.
I have to say, and I think I've told you this before, but one of the favorite photos of my daughter ever you took of her singing in a talent show at Nelson Avenue Middle School. And I didn't know, she didn't tell me that she was competing. I think she was too embarrassed. She didn't want to have her parents there. But I'm so glad that you got that photo, because I was like, Julia, you didn't tell us? She's like, no. Well, we have proof. So, and it's very good proof too.
Well,
thank you. So what I like to do is we just kind of go through some questions here that I have that are all kind of themed to gold. We are in a gold rush town, and sometimes for a long time, I have leaned away from that because I'm like, oh, it's gold and mining and meh, like it feels so boring. But we're gonna reclaim that a little bit. We're gonna reclaim the gold, as you can tell with the name of the podcast, Hearts of Gold. So we're gonna dive into your golden beginnings. First segment, golden beginnings. We're gonna get to know you a little more, which you've already shared some, but tell us how. Let's see. You grew up in this area. I don't know if you want to say where, but
Sure. Yeah, I was born in Chico and lived there till I was about 11 years old, and then we moved to Durham, where I lived through high school. My parents were transplants here from the Bay Area. They both grew up in Marin County, and then my dad came to college here, and they ultimately loved Chico and decided to stay. So that's kind of my background here in Butte County.
Yeah.
And then was gone for about 10 years, and at the conclusion of high school was kind of happy to move away out of the small town and go see something.
we all have to do that, I feel like, for a minute.
I think so. I think it gives some valuable perspective, and I had a great time and made a lot of great friends, and school was wonderful, but was really happy to come back to the smaller town and the more relaxed pace of life and space of life and all of that. So was happy to get back up here to Butte County.
Love that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you kind of already answered that, but we have the yellow brick road. Like how did you get back to Butte County? You said you came back to Butte County. What was the pull, I guess, because you'd already experienced it. You grew up here. What pulled you back? I mean, what was it, the job? Was it more than that?
Sure. So in college, undergrad, I double majored in economics, accounting, and literature were my two majors. And econ accounting was kind of what the major that I viewed as the one that was going to lead to an occupation. And then literature was the one that I thought was more for fun. And I worked in business management for my first 5 years out of college. Mm-hmm. And during the course of that, one of my friends moved away, took an internship as a park ranger for a summer.
Oh, wow.
And it was at Glacier National Park.
Oh my gosh.
And I was super jealous. I was sort of in the rat race in LA and wasn't totally happy with what I was doing. And so I decided to do the same thing. So I went and spent a summer as a park ranger. I was at Lava Beds National Monument, which is right on the California-Oregon border. And during that time I was what was called an interpretive ranger. So I did talks about the area's history and geology and wildlife and so on. And I really enjoyed the teaching a lot. Mm-hmm. And I decided during that time that I wanted to be a teacher. And so the company that I'd been working for, their name was McMaster Carr. They're an industrial supply company, and they were a fantastic company to work for, had great benefits. And one of them was they'd pay for any kind of school you wanted to do.
Oh, that's nice.
So they funded my teaching credential and my master's degree at Biola. It was right nearby, and so that was a super convenient place to do it.
Yeah.
And that was what led me to do I moved back towards the literature area and got my teaching credential in English. And my first teaching gig was at Downey High School, where I student taught, and my classes there were about 40 kids each. It was a high school that was built for 2,000 students, and it had a little over 4,000 high school students.
Oh my
there.
goodness.
So they packed in all sorts of portable classrooms, and it was crowded and lots of great kids there, but it definitely was not the environment where I wanted to keep on teaching.
Yeah. I mean, 40 kids per class.
So 5 classes, 40 kids, it's 200 kids per year, which was a lot for sure. So I moved back to Chico and had intended, the hope was that I would get a job in Chico or Durham. At the time it was 2007 and the economy was kind of in tatters and there was a real shortage of jobs. So I ended up getting teaching offers from Red Bluff High School and Williams High School. So I could either go north or south, and Williams happened first. So I said yes there. And while I taught there, I lived in Colusa. So 4 years I was in Williams and taught all the 9th and 11th and AP Lit and
I was going to say AP English?
Yeah. AP Lit and Language, both of those two. So, and then as my wife had children and her job was busy, we moved up to Chico, and then to cut my commute down, took a job in Princeton, which was a little closer to Chico, and taught English there for 1 year. It was a great district. And then our CBO, which is Chief Business Official, left and retired. Yeah. And so I threw my hat in for her job, and I got it. And I was, I had an accounting degree and a business background, but I was pretty woefully underprepared for being a school district CBO. It's a whole different ballgame that I'd learned none of in school.
Yeah.
So that was a stressful year of trying not to miss things and get things wrong. And so I did that for a year, and then our superintendent principal retired, and I applied for that job and got it, and did that for about 5 years before coming to Thermalito.
Wow.
Yeah.
I keep thinking about just like the literature side and the number side, and like, I mean, I don't know, but I'm like, is one the left side of the brain and one the right side of the brain? Like, you're using your whole brain.
Yeah, I've heard that about it, and it was pretty cool. I had no anticipation that I would use both degrees in the same general career path, and it's really worked out that way. That could teach English and then do the business job and then do the other superintendent principal role. So it's been a real nice combo of things.
Yeah, no, and I love that. And even thinking back to like photography and the creative side, and then also when I think just numbers and just the business side of really knowing how things work. It's just a lovely combination, I think, for any superintendent. So that I love that. Thank you for sharing that. So with the next segment, we're moving into, which I don't know if are we going to say that each segment? Anyway, at this part. Okay. All right. I'll decide later. So I want to know, and everyone watching wants to know, about hidden gems. So do you have a local hidden gem, a favorite local spot or thing here in this region that not enough people know about? And be careful, because now people are going to know about it.
I know I debated on my answer because I didn't want to reveal too much of hidden gems.
Right.
I think for me, I love the out-of-doors. And so in moving back up here, the attraction of Bidwell Park being right nearby, and Table Mountain and Deer Creek, and places to hike and enjoy the out-of-doors, I so appreciate. And in Southern California, the beaches were phenomenal, but you'd go different hiking spots and they would be crowded with people and have graffiti. And I thought the places I came from had such natural beauty that I don't know that they're that hidden, but I think that it's fantastic when people can get out and enjoy them. And for me with photography, I love also bringing the camera along and taking pictures of spots people don't see or animals that are out. The refuges south headed towards Glenn County are a favorite place, particularly in the fall. As the birds
I'm taking note
through.
of all these because I don't go outside enough. But yes, continue. Sorry.
Sure. I love the migration season when all the ducks and geese and cranes and everything come through, and that was one of my favorite parts about the job in Princeton was I would drive through rice fields and past those refuges and get to see all the birds as they came in, and eagles that would be there hunting them, and so just that's I think a place of amazing beauty in our area that people should get out and experience. And if you look at pictures or videos of them, it's nice. But if you get out there on a morning when they're all taking off and flying as the sun comes up, it's really inspiring. And the sounds of it all are add so much to it compared to just seeing it.
Yeah. No, gosh. Yeah. I can agree so much. We used to commute to Yuba College, and we would go out. We'd go south and go these back roads, Woodruff Lane, like back there. And it was just a bunch of marshy, I don't know if the rice fields are out there. I don't think, there's some rice fields. Yeah. But we would see all of the waterfowl that it? Yeah. Okay. Taking off. It was just lovely. It was just, I'm like, what? We have this here in our community. So anyway, yes. Okay. I love that. So you're a business guy. You are financial numbers, all of the things. What is your business nugget? Like a gold business nugget that you want to share? We categorize this as kind of like your elevator pitch, kind of like a quick summary of what you do.
Sure.
If you were to meet someone on an elevator or just quickly in the grocery store, what would you tell them?
Yeah. Well, I think along the theme of hidden gems, I think Thermalito is something of a hidden gem. Even in our area, you say the name Thermalito, and people, many of them have not heard of it. And I confess that before coming to work here, I had a vague awareness of where it was and what it was, but didn't know it clearly. And I think that our schools are really a great heart to the community of Thermalito, and I think that our teachers and staff do a great job of working with a really special group of kids, and it's a great place to work and to be involved in, educating the future generations. And I want more people to know about the great place it is and the good work that we're doing with the kids. And so I think that getting that message out there and keeping on building on the successes we've had and trying to get better, to keep on raising standards for what kids are accomplishing and how we can help them achieve their fullest potential is really what I'm pursuing in leading the district.
Well, I love, we are, well, this is a very biased opinion because all of our kids go to Thermalito schools and have gone, well, not our oldest now. Now he's in high school, but we love it. And I grew up, Jaymes and I will talk, Jaymes, who's behind running all the things. Yeah, hi, Jaymes. He grew up in Thermalito, and I grew up on I'll say the other side of the tracks. And so I grew up in Oroville Elementary School District, and it's just so funny because we're all so close. And so it's interesting that that there's two different districts so close to each other. But it really is. We joke that Thermalito is like a little island because technically what makes an island? Or is it bodies of water?
Separation.
Sure, we're separate. You have to cross a bridge to get there.
Sure.
We say we're an island out there. And then, we love it. It's just, we've had such good experience and everyone has just been so wonderful. And I think that has a lot to do with just the community that's out there. So, and the leadership, of course. I love that. And so why did you, as we get a little deeper into, we like to kind of mine for the gold, so we call this mining of the heart. Why did you get into this work? What made you, what gets you up in the morning? Which you kind of spoke a little bit about that, but you personally, if you wanted to share, what is it that keeps you going to work every day?
Yeah. Well, I think in choosing education as a profession, the inspiration was really a lot of the fantastic teachers that I had. And I did all the way through my educational career. Some standouts. I had a second grade teacher named Mr. Tucker who was tough and loving. He routinely made kids cry in his class and would have us as second graders out there running the mile most mornings. But he was fantastic, and he had really high demanding standards for us. And I kept in touch enough that he came to my high school graduation party, and a great guy. And then my seventh grade teacher was named Joan Tilley, and she and her husband Paul didn't have any children of their own, but really nieces and nephews, and then a lot of students had kind of surrogate children. And I was close to them and worked for them for from 8th grade on through beginning of college in their almond orchard that they had. So I did lots of
Wait. Sorry, I have to pause.
Yeah.
Did you say almond?
I did. So I don't know the audience here, so I might get in trouble if Durham people are watching this. So there I could say in their almond orchard.
Yes.
So when they shake
I
them,
know.
they
That
knock
I
the hell
know.
out of them. Yeah, yeah. So almond is
Depends
the
on your audience. It's
sure,
so true.
sure. Almond or almond, whatever your particular flavor. But yes.
Sorry to call you out.
Yeah,
I
it's
just,
okay. It's okay.
Continue.
Yeah. So they really made a difference in my life. When I went down to Claremont to visit Claremont McKenna, where I ultimately attended, it was my first airplane flight actually, and went down with Mrs. Tilley was the one who went with me. And in high school, English was my favorite subject. I liked a lot of subjects, but English was my favorite, and particularly literature there. But I had a teacher named Mr. Dungy for 3 of my 4 years in high school, and he made us write a lot, like so much more than a lot of kids write today. And it really, I think, built our skill in that area and built mine. And that was something that was super beneficial to me as I went through school and college and graduate and so on. I really felt like the very strong foundation was built by his efforts. And then in college, one of my I had a lot of great professors, but one of my very favorites was named Professor Massoud. He was from Egypt. He was an accounting professor. He called all his students his children. Again, super high standards. If you weren't paying close enough attention, he'd throw the chalk at you and yell at you. And
So you liked that teaching style?
I did, and
yes,
it was sort of my style. And I think that, commonality with those teachers, all of them had very high expectations for kids, but then would spend, whatever time was necessary to help kids meet those expectations and whatever extra time they needed. And so I greatly appreciated that. And in thinking about what I wanted to do for a profession, something that I felt made a difference was very important to me. And I in my life, education was one of those biggest areas and modeled by some really outstanding teachers and professors. So that was what led me there.
Yeah.
And then I very much enjoyed teaching, and I think as different administrative opportunities have come up, I felt like it's been a chance to make a difference on a little broader scale for the school and then for the district level. And so I've pursued those things, and it's been fulfilling. It's been good. The years before this, I've been more focused on the district's finances and facilities. We've been able to do lots of improvements to the facilities in Thermalito. That's been really exciting. We've got in the studio behind the cameras here, Bill Harrington, who was principal of Poplar when I arrived, and Poplar looked pretty bad the first time I saw it. The parking lot was sort of this war zone, and they had this
I remember
ugly
that.
cement K-rail, and the paint was dated from probably early 80s, and that was one of our first larger projects that we did, modernizing Poplar, and it looks worlds better, and I think it's a better place for teachers to come teach and kids to come learn. And we've been able to build some new facilities. We built a new maintenance shop that lets us do a whole lot more work in-house, which saves us money and gets that real pride of ownership with our great group of employees. And so
you build cabinets.
We do,
for the schools.
So our maintenance shop has
Just build them.
a really nice wood shop in it that's got a beautiful CNC machine and edge banding machine. And so, we've done new cabinets for most all of the Nelson classrooms, and we're doing that for the Sierra classrooms. And we put those in our new classrooms at the Expanded Learning Center.
Okay.
So, they've done a great job, and it's saved us money, and they look great. So,
I can tell you what my husband and I are most excited about is the pickleball court.
Yeah.
That is, you'll have to go research where it is.
Have you tried it yet?
No.
Okay. Well, you need to do so.
But
it's painted beautifully and ready for use. So, yeah.
we will be visiting very soon.
All right.
So very cool. Well, what I loved, even going back to just the teachers that kind of influenced you, and just with that, what you said, one of them like threw chalk at you, or what, you know what I mean? Like, I think there is something to what I was thinking about. I don't know who says it. It might be, do you know Brene Brown at all?
Yes.
She's an author. Okay.
Yeah.
I think she says, probably going to mess up the quote. I can look this up later, but strong back, soft front. And so like when you're like, you have this, but you're also very welcoming and warm towards the students. And I think there's something to that with with my own kids, like when there's no boundaries, and I've heard this kind of description before too, it's kind of like walking around in a room with no lights on and you're just like searching and you're like, wait, where's the edge? Where's the edge? But then you find the wall and you're like, oh, all of a sudden you feel safe.
Yeah.
And so when I think about that with teaching, it's like you gotta lay the rules down. You have to have these boundaries. It actually creates safety for the kids.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's what made me think of that when you were sharing.
Oh, that's 100% true. And I think that creating safe campus environments is increasingly a challenge. Like there's been student behavior has had a lot of challenges, particularly coming out of COVID, where students weren't in school for a while, and I think some bad habits got ingrained, and so they're exacerbated by phones and social media, and so
we're all just surviving, right?
We are, but we're trying to do more than that. I think we're trying to put in place structures and places that can help the kids thrive. But it does take being stronger with some of the discipline and setting those boundaries that will, allow them to interact with one another in ways that are positive and respectful and not as distracted and all of that. Yeah,
I love that. No, and last Brene Brown, if she ever watches this, we want you on the podcast next, Brene. Read many of her books. She says, to be clear is to be kind. And I think that is also with the boundaries. When you're clear with your expectations, and you're clear, and then the follow through. I just love that. I love what you guys are doing out there. It's very evident. it's just slowly changing and building up to all of those wonderful things. Okay, thank you. I know we got a little bit deeper there, so I love that. And with any profession or just career that we go into, there's always some lessons to be learned. And so we call this section Fool's Gold. Those moments, those lessons, those regrets. I know a lot of people try not to have regrets, but we can use that language. Just any sort of lessons that you wanted to share, any challenges that you wish that you could maybe do differently or that you are actively working towards to change.
Sure. I think in lessons learned, reinforced, I'd keep on coming back to that idea of high expectations for ourselves and for the kids that we work with, because I think that it's really what will lead them to the greatest success and the greatest fulfillment.
Yeah.
Lessons learned, I've definitely learned over the years to become a better listener and to maybe sometimes move a little slower. I might lean towards thinking I've got the answer and go full speed ahead. But if you don't get the buy-in from others, and if you don't listen to them and hear the ways that your ideas could be most successfully implemented or modified to be more successful, you're not going to go far with them. And so I think that as I've matured, those have been lessons that I've learned along the way.
I love that. I think we could all take a lesson from Cody's lesson. I love that so much. So, okay, we are moving into, can you hear that? But the Gold Rush round.
All right.
But before that, we are going to pause and give our sponsors an opportunity to share. Any sponsors that want to share? Any local businesses? Any organizations? This is your opportunity. This is your spot. It's wide open for you. Okay, Gold Rush round. This is the round where I'm going to ask you rapid fire questions. Don't think, first thing that comes to your mind. It can be, for us locals here, there might be some controversy. You might disagree. And you know what we want to hear? We want to hear what your answer is, how you would have answered this question in the comments, okay? So, are we ready? Flip this over. No looking.
Should I walk outside?
No, it's totally fine. All right. I might mix them up. I might go backwards with you. You ready?
I'm ready.
Gold Rush round. Best tacos.
Gosh, I'm blank.
First thing.
La cocina económica.
Oh, I love it. Okay. Best coffee.
Stobel.
Best burger.
My home.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I think we might have to, sample that. Best local event.
Man.
We can edit this
Yeah, I'm sorry.
giant
I'm flubbing
pause
on there.
out.
Yes,
Cody.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just joking. It's fine. Best, we'll cut that one out. Best, you like outdoors.
I
Best
do.
camping spot. Or maybe don't share it. If you
Yeah,
don't want
I'm gonna
people
keep it hidden.
Okay. Best sunset spot.
The coast in Humboldt County.
Ooh, okay. Best live music.
Sierra Nevada Big Room as a venue. Ryan Bingham's been my best concert here locally.
Okay. All right. Best museum.
Norton Simon in Pasadena is my favorite by
Okay.
a significant margin. Not local.
Okay. Never been. Maybe we'll have to take a trip. Best bookstore.
The used bookstore downtown Chico.
Okay. Best mural. Better say something in Thermalito.
We've got some great ones at Nelson.
That is true. That is
One's
true.
coming soon for the side of the Grange Hall, so I hope that might take the title soon.
Okay. See, I can sway a little bit. Best place to take visitors.
Sierra Nevada Brewery.
Okay. Oh, Sierra Nevada got on there twice. They might enjoy being a sponsor for one of these podcast episodes, I think. Great idea. Okay. They're not sponsoring this, by the way.
Or Bidwell Park.
Or
Maybe Bidwell Park first and then Sierra Nevada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, see, we're taking it back.
Okay.
Just joking. All right, last one. Giants or A's?
Giants.
Wow. Everyone I've asked has said Giants. I might need to reconsider. Sorry, we're a big A's fans mainly because the tickets were so cheap.
There you go. Not bad. My first Major League Baseball game was an A's game in Oakland Coliseum.
Hey,
So yeah.
there we go.
Yeah,
Oh, Oakland Coliseum.
89 season when they won the World Series.
Oh, you know
Those
more
are my
about
favorite
sports
team.
than I do.
Yeah.
I do like we were a Giants when Titus was our oldest was a baby. It was World Series on Halloween, and so we went around and we were A's fans, and Titus was a hot dog. So that was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, Giants were in World Series. So that's what I know about World Series is I correlate it to the Halloween. Anyway, so great job.
Thank you.
Yay, Gold Rush round. Next segment, Golden Nugget of Wisdom. What is your best piece of advice that you could leave for the audience watching today? Any piece of advice.
Sure. Well, I think our conversation's been a lot in the context of education.
Yes.
And I work with kids and with parents, and I would just tell all the parents out there, you are your kids' first and most important teachers. Your time and attention are so valuable to them. And I think in this time of crazy distraction and pace and everything, slowing down to take the time to be really present with them, to read a book with them, to listen to them, talk to them is just vitally important. And so that's worth it. And as a parent whose oldest is now 14, I feel like the years are just flying by. And so
Why does it feel like that?
yeah, savor the time. It goes by so quickly.
They all told me, my parents told me, everyone told me, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm in the weeds. Like for so long, it just felt like you're in the swamp of just trying to keep people alive. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm not keeping you. I mean, I'm still keeping you alive, but you can do most of the things by yourself now.
Yeah.
And it's just so fast. So why is that happening? I love that. I had to, because I felt myself getting choked up with that. So I love that golden nugget of wisdom. Thank you for that. Okay. Now's the time where you get to, we've already been talking about Thermalito Elementary. Thermalito, why can't I say it? Union Elementary School District.
It's a mouthful.
Yes, Tuesday. That's what I would. That's what we need to somehow figure out how to add an A and a Y to the end. So it's like Tuesday. Anyway, we've already been talking about Thermalito Union Elementary School District, but let's claim it. Let's claim your gold. Let's plug it again, or something else that you want to plug related to education.
Sure. So our school district's got a brand new website you can check out. It's thermalito.org.
Right.
Looks a lot better than the last one we had. So we're
And a
hopeful.
full branding.
Yeah,
Full rebrand.
We worked with a brand designer named Hardy Lawn who helped us with a new logo and brand.
Yeah.
And we've got all of our schools with new logos that are all in the same format. So that's exciting. We've got lots of opportunities for people to be involved with the schools and to help out. Your husband, one of those roles is on the school board.
Yes.
PTO. So those are a couple of the many roles that there are out there.
Yeah.
And I think we're doing great things. And the more that we can bring the community into that and have them be part of it, the better.
Yeah. I love that. I love that so much. I know. So there's a lot of opportunity coming up. I mean, because we're heading into fall. And so a lot of the schools, from what I understand, put on some sort of, usually a festival or there's something happening there. So that's a great intro point is what I would say.
Yeah.
Having been involved with PTO for many years, that's a great entry point is to help out with any of those carnivals
Absolutely.
or festivals that are happening.
I know at least Sierra and Plumas will be. So
Yes.
we get this in time. Come
Yes.
out. Yeah.
I love it. Awesome. Well, we are just so grateful. Thank you so much for
Absolutely.
being here on the podcast, for saying yes, and for serving our community so well. I mean, you truly have a heart of gold.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for being here. It's very evident. It's next. Great job. Yeah, take a breath. Take a breath. Good. Yay. Pew, 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 pew. What? Okay. Cut. Might delete later.